Advertise today and get your targeted customers. For more information, call 9933263, 9957255 or 4497331 and 9906445. GRTS Digital FM.
The qualitative leaps forward in making the population healthier with wider opportunities for education and gainful enterprise mark the first measure of Jammeh's leadership. This man has become the veritable architect of a new Gambia, carved by his ingenious hands. Across the country, iconic facilities and structures continue to symbolize the goods that Jammeh and his administration have been delivering to Gambians. For Professor Jammeh, development is not an end, but a process that must be steered with renewed energy.
Without infrastructure, forget development.
The President has believed in us, the young people, gives us the right environment, just the right chemistry for us to be able to perform.
And today we are proud to say the sky is the limit and we shall prevail.
With such vigor, Jammeh leads the Gambia's onward journey towards greater progress and development.
Our headlines. President Jammeh uses his inaugural address to outline plans to further invest heavily in education before tens of thousands of people. An emissary dispatched to Banjul by the Rwandan president discusses means of deepening and bolstering relations between Kigali and Banjul with Professor Jammeh. Demand fueled by the Republic of Congo's football-mad population sparks stiff competition between locally fabricated antennas and imported ones. And the Catholic Church in Senegal urges calm ahead of the ruling on the legitimacy of President Abdoulaye Wade's third-term bid. These and other stories coming ahead this hour. I am Famara Fofana. Tens of thousands of Gambians, heads of state and government, as well as delegations from Africa and beyond, gathered at the Independence Stadium on Thursday to watch President Jammeh take the oath of office for the fourth time. In a 26-page inaugural address, His Excellency Sheikh Professor Haji Dr. Yahya Jammeh spelled out, among other things, plans to further invest heavily in education. Professor Jammeh also dilated on the need for reform in the growth sectors in line with the recently launched program for accelerated growth and employment. Page Abdunjai reports.
They have come by the thousand to fill every section of the stadium. With them are the leaders of Sierra Leone, Senegal, and the Islamic Republic of Mauritania, as well as dozens of other delegates representing various governments and institutions around the world. There too were the mother of the president, Her Excellency Adja Assombi Bojang, the former president of the Gambia, Sadauda Kairaba Jawara, and former Nigeria's president Olusegun Obasanjo. They too, as witnesses, were in the midst of it all, to watch the president, who was duly elected in the November polls, make a historic entry into the stadium for his swearing-in ceremony. The siren from his motorcade then bellowed beneath the voices of reception as they give him a standing ovation in honor of the day. Its rarity comes into play with special cultural series set aside to perform the rites of installation. It was done in accordance with the Jola tradition, and it paved the way for the president's inauguration.
I, Yahya Abdulaziz Jamus Junkung Jammeh,
I, Yahya Abdulaziz Jamus Junkung Jammeh,
do swear that I will be faithful and bear true allegiance to the Republic of the Gambia according to law. So help me God.
His fourth mandate officially begins, and with it he stood to deliver his address on the theme, Gambians United to Build an Economic Superpower.
It must be appreciated that in our context, being an economic superpower connotes being a great nation of dignified and self-dependent people, guided by sublime and divine values, people who are proud of being what they are, that is, Gambians. This implies further being Gambians that are politically, socially, morally, and psychologically, and of course, above all, economically independent and able to live by our principles, sustained by our resources, and setting our own standards and looking up only to the Almighty Allah.
In a 26-page document, the Gambian leader spelled out his vision for a future that will reflect the monumental election victory that gave him his fourth mandate.
This is not a victory for me or the APRC alone, but a victory for the patriotic, progressive, development-oriented good people of this country. It is a victory for solidarity, peace, security, progress, and socio-economic development. In consequence, my tenure of office will continue to eclipse and neutralize all forms of sectarianism and will be marked by the full participation of all of us, patriotic and progressive Gambians.
He spoke of his determination to scale up development efforts as necessitated by the launch of the comprehensive national document called the Program for Accelerated Growth and Employment, which aims, among other things, to accelerate and sustain economic growth and eliminate poverty.
To attain and sustain all the envisioned outcomes, the page also focuses prominently on intense human capital development for employability, with corresponding and carefully targeted health service interventions crafted